All right, so much good information in this next video coming at you. Let's make sure I have all of these ingredients on the bottom showing. There we go. Okay, this is about the oils that can help us maintain healthy estrogen levels. First, before we go into that, I want to go back to this chart here. There we go. Looking at the hormone levels in the menstrual cycle. The blue line is our estrogen. I don't know why it's spelled with an O. I must have got this from some British website. That is our estrogen levels. And at about, we have our red week here. And then our estrogen levels go up. And then at about 10 days after that, they drop. I think I'm actually dropping a little earlier, but that's just my body showing me some signs. They drop and your estrogen levels then stay low while your progesterone goes up, and then right before your red week, they both are down together, and then they're both down simultaneously right there during your red week for a little while. So that's kind of the cycle. I found this little chart extremely helpful in understanding some things going on in my own body. So what might a low estrogen level look like? Well, I'm going to bring our screen back. And I honestly, folks, I just Googled this. So you can go ahead and Google for yourselves what does lower estrogen levels look like? Or what does it feel like in a body? So here are some of the things that I found through my searching. Low estrogen. Estrogen is one of the main hormones driving our menstrual cycle, so lower estrogen may lead to irregular periods. Lower estrogen levels may have issues with fertility. People may have issues with fertility. Remember, I am not a doctor. Talk to your doctor about this stuff, right? Other things, estrogen keeps the bones healthy and strong. As estrogen levels decrease, bone loss may occur. This is one of the reasons why, folks, we are supposed to be taking lots of calcium and magnesium and building our bones, right? Because it's known that as we get older, as we become wiser in our years, our bones get weaker. Estrogen can also have an effect on the levels of, let's say, dryness down below, if you know what I mean, wink, wink. Estrogen also has something to do with hot flashes during menopause. Estrogen is thought to increase serotonin, the chemical in the brain that boosts mood. So we want to keep our moods stable, so we want healthy amounts of estrogen. Another thing I learned is that lower estrogen levels in the body may thin the tissue in the urethra, which may have increased risk then for some infections and some things going on down below, which explains a couple conversations I've had with some of my girlfriends lately. So let's look at some options that we have from Young Living to keep healthy estrogen levels. Remember that every person's body is different, and I do recommend people chat with their doctors about stuff. So let's look first at Lady Sclareol. I don't know how to pronounce that, so somebody else needs to. And I have to admit, I have not used the 2 estrogen helping oils yet. I think I do need to be using them, but this is a good time for those of you who have used them to place in the comments what you've used and how you used it, and what you've noticed. That would be very helpful to those of us. So in the comments or in the chat, that would be great. Lady sclareol. Anyway, moving on. Lady sclareol is, if you're looking for plant-based estrogen, remember that plant-based stuff is more bioavailable to us humans. This Lady sclareol blend has a lot of oils that support healthy estrogen levels. This one right there, clary sage, is one of them. Feel free to look that one up, okay? Look that one up, and in whatever app or search engine you've got, and you will see some really interesting stuff about that one. Lucy Libido uses this particular blend when she feels her estrogen levels are falling. Now, how does she know that? Apparently, and I learned this through her, you can tell where your estrogen levels are by checking your cervical mucus. Some of you just went, what? Did she really say that? And some of you are probably nodding your head saying, oh, I knew that for a long time. You'll need to Google that and look that up yourself. So Lady Sclareol, let's see, where's my other thing here? Lady Sclareol can also help ladies who are going through the natural life transition of menopause. So this oil is really used frequently by ladies in their 40s and 50s, but it can be loved by all women, and it can be used daily as a perfume to help sort of daily, like estradiol levels. I'm not even sure what that is, but that's something that my research has said. Last thing on this one, yep, it seems to be favored by women in their mid-40s and mid-50s, so I definitely need to be using that. It decreases negative emotions, boosts confidence, helps support lady time, like, you know, right before Red Week, helps with your hormonal balance, and it supports your emotions during those monthly transitions. So I definitely need to look at using that one more often. The second oil right here is called sclarescence, and I was a little confused about how these are different. Notice this also has clary sage in it. Sclarescence is a blend that was designed to help balance the hormones that support your reproductive systems. You know, ovaries, fallopian tubes, etc. Now, when I first read that, I thought, well, I don't need that one. You know, I'm not reproducing anymore. But I did an iTovi scan, and that one came up more than once. So it has come up a couple times. So even though I am not reproducing anymore, I still want those parts of my body to be healthy. So I'm definitely going to look into using this particular oil. You can apply it on your ears, neck, wrist, VitaFlex points, and it was blended so that you can take it as an oral supplement if you get the Vitality bottle. Some people just use a drop under their tongue is what I have seen. Something interesting that Lucy Libido said is that it's kind of cool. Sclarescence is believed to work a little bit better if it is applied by your partner. So if you're doing some, you know, happy time together, apparently you can apply it. I'm not talking about down there. I don't know any of that information yet. I am still learning that. But, you know, on your ears and neck and wrists and stuff like that. So that, apparently his pheromones like change the oil's use a little bit. So those are the two estrogen supporting oils that I have. Please, if you have used these, please drop some information in the comments or in the live chat. That would be very helpful to those of us who are just looking into it and need some guidance.